If you don't have these 4 types of illnesses as you age, you can live past 90. Aging is one of those journeys we all embark on, whether we're ready or not. But here's the thing. Not everyone ages the same way, right? Some people hit their 90s, still full of energy, sharp as a tack, and living their best lives. Others may find themselves struggling much earlier due to illnesses that could have been managed or even avoided. Today, we're diving into the 4 big types of illnesses that, if you can steer clear of as you age, greatly boost your chances of not just living to 90 but doing so in a way that's enjoyable and full of vitality. Ready? Let's break this down. First up is cardiovascular disease. It's the heavyweight champion of health problems. Heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, they all sit snugly under this umbrella, and the numbers are enough to make anyone pause. According to the World Health Organization, cardiovascular diseases claim about 17.9 million lives every single year. Imagine that for a second. That's almost like the entire population of a bustling city just vanishing. But here's the bright side. A lot of this can be prevented, and that's where things get exciting. It's like having a blueprint to sidestep one of the biggest threats to your health. And let me tell you, the steps are simpler than you might think. Let's start with something as basic as moving your body. You don't need to sign up for a marathon or turn into a gym rat. Nope. Even a brisk 30-minute walk each day can work wonders for your heart. Harvard researchers discovered that this modest amount of walking can slash your risk of heart disease by as much as 30%. Picture this. You're out for a morning stroll, the sun peeking through the trees, birds chirping. Not only does it feel great, but it's also like giving your heart a much-needed tune-up. And the best part? You can do it anytime, anywhere. No fancy equipment required. Just lace up those sneakers and hit the pavement. Now, let's talk about food. Ah, glorious food. It's more than just fuel. It's medicine for your heart. A diet rich in fruits, veggies, whole grains, and lean proteins is like a protective shield against cardiovascular disease. Think about it. When you load your plate with colorful salads, hearty whole grains, and delicious grilled chicken or fish, you're not just eating a meal. You're investing in your future. And don't forget the magic of healthy fats, like those found in avocados, nuts, and olive oil. They're like superheroes for your heart, helping to lower bad cholesterol and boost the good kind. Of course, we can't ignore the big bad wolf in the room. Smoking. If cigarettes were a person, they'd be the villain in every health story. Smoking doubles your risk of heart disease. Let that sink in for a moment. But here's the thing. Quitting might feel like climbing a mountain, but the view from the top is absolutely worth it. Imagine being able to take a deep breath without that nagging cough or knowing you've just added years to your life by tossing out that pack of cigarettes. Studies show that within 1 year of quitting, your risk of heart disease drops significantly. And within 5 years, it's almost as if you've never smoked. Isn't that incredible? It's like giving your heart a second chance. Here's one more little heart hack. Stress. Yes, that thing that sneaks up on us when we're stuck in traffic or juggling too many tasks. Chronic stress can wreak havoc on your heart. But managing it doesn't have to mean booking a week-long retreat to the mountains, although, wouldn't that be nice? Simple things like practicing deep breathing, meditating, or even laughing more can help. Yes, laughing. Watch a funny movie, share a joke with a friend, and let that stress melt away. Your heart will thank you for it. The second type of illness you want to steer clear of is diabetes. More specifically, type 2 diabetes. Now, this one is like that silent troublemaker in the back of the classroom. You don't notice it right away, but it's quietly working against you over time. The scary part is that diabetes doesn't always show big, obvious signs in the beginning. You could feel perfectly fine, going about your day, while your blood sugar levels are gradually creeping into dangerous territory. Then, before you know it, diabetes is knocking on your door, bringing along a host of unwelcome guests, like damage to your eyes, kidneys, nerves, and even your heart. Yes, it's a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. It's no small issue. Think about this. A study published in The Lancet found that adults diagnosed with diabetes at age 50 lose an average of 6 years of life compared to those without the condition. 6 years. That's 6 years of potential memories of watching your grandkids grow up, traveling to new places, celebrating milestones, or even just enjoying those lazy Sunday mornings with a cup of tea and your favorite book. All lost to a disease that, in many cases, is preventable. And the worst part? It's often our everyday choices that lead us there. So, how do you stay out of diabetes crosshairs? Let's start with the thing that lands on your plate. Food. Oh, glorious food. It can either be your best friend or your worst enemy when it comes to keeping diabetes at bay. Here's the trick. Cut back on processed sugars and refined carbs. Think white bread, sugary cereals, pastries, and yes, even that tempting slice of cake. Instead, aim for foods that are high in fiber. Beans, lentils, fresh veggies, whole grains, and nuts are your new best friends. They not only help regulate your blood sugar levels, but also keep you full longer, which means you're less likely to snack on unhealthy stuff. Imagine swapping out that midday sugary treat for a handful of almonds or a bowl of berries. Your body will thank you. Now, let's add a dash of movement to the mix. Regular physical activity is like magic for your blood sugar levels. The American Diabetes Association says that just 30 to 40 minutes of moderate exercise 5 times a week can slash your risk of developing type 2 diabetes by nearly 50%. 50%. That's huge. And here's the good news. You don't have to turn into a fitness junkie to make it happen. A brisk walk around your neighborhood, a light jog in the park, dancing in your living room, or even gardening counts. The goal is to get your heart rate up and keep your body moving. It's like giving your pancreas a little high five for doing its job of managing insulin. But it's not just about food and exercise. Stress, believe it or not, can also play a role in diabetes. Chronic stress raises your cortisol levels, which can mess with your blood sugar. So, find ways to relax and unwind. Maybe it's yoga, meditation, or even just taking a few minutes each day to breathe deeply and clear your mind. Remember that funny video of a cat trying to fit into a tiny box? Watch it again. Laughing lowers stress, and every little bit helps. Oh, and let's not forget the importance of regular checkups. Many people don't even realize they're on the path to diabetes until it's already arrived. A quick blood test can tell you how your blood sugar is doing. If your doctor uses terms like prediabetes, don't panic. See it as an opportunity to make changes. Prediabetes is your wake-up call, your chance to turn things around before it's too late. Diabetes might be sneaky, but you're smarter and faster. By watching what you eat, staying active, managing stress, and keeping up with checkups, you can dodge this illness entirely. It's not about making drastic changes overnight. Start small. Replace that sugary drink with water or herbal tea. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Cook one healthy meal at home this week. These little steps add up, and before you know it, you've built a lifestyle that diabetes has no place in. Imagine the freedom of knowing you've taken charge of your health. It's like winning a battle you didn't even know you were fighting. So, why not start today? Your future self will look back and thank you. And hey, maybe you'll even inspire someone else along the way. Now let's talk about something that's a little more mysterious and, frankly, a bit daunting: cognitive decline. You know, Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. These are the illnesses that mess with your memory, your ability to think, and even your personality. The tricky part about this category is that, unlike heart disease or diabetes, science hasn't fully cracked the code yet. We don't know all the reasons why it happens or how to stop it completely. But don't let that discourage you, because there's good news too. While we don't have a perfect roadmap, we do know some powerful ways to keep your brain sharp and vibrant as you age. Let's start with mental workouts. Yes, your brain needs exercise just as much as your body does. Studies, like one from the University of Exeter, have shown that engaging in mentally stimulating activities can delay the onset of cognitive decline by up to 2 years. Think about that for a moment. 2 extra years of clear thinking, remembering birthdays, telling stories, and enjoying your favorite hobbies. And the best part? These activities are fun. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, chess, anything that makes you think a little harder than usual can do wonders. And it doesn't stop there. Learning something new, like picking up a musical instrument or mastering a new language, keeps those neurons firing like a well-oiled machine. It's like sending your brain to the gym, except instead of lifting weights, you're lifting your cognitive abilities. Now, let's get physical. Your brain loves it when you move. Regular exercise improves blood flow to the brain, which is absolutely crucial for keeping those memory and thinking skills intact. And don't think you have to train for a marathon to reap the benefits. Even a simple 20-minute walk around your neighborhood does the trick. Picture yourself strolling through a park, breathing in fresh air, and feeling your thoughts clear up like magic. Exercise doesn't just make your body stronger. It's like a wake-up call for your brain, saying, hey, let's keep working efficiently. Diet is another big piece of the puzzle. You've probably heard of the Mediterranean diet, right? It's a delicious and brain-friendly way of eating. Think olive oil, fresh fish, nuts, leafy greens, and a rainbow of fruits and vegetables. Multiple studies have linked this diet to lower rates of Alzheimer's. It's like feeding your brain a gourmet meal every day. And the great thing is, it's not about strict rules. You can adapt it to your taste while still enjoying the benefits. Swap out that heavy dressing for olive oil. Add a handful of nuts to your salad. Grill some salmon for dinner. These small changes can make a huge difference. But here's the cherry on top: socializing. Yep, spending time with friends and family isn't just good for your heart. It's fantastic for your brain too. Long chats over coffee, joining a book club, taking a dance class, or even having a weekly game night with friends are all ways to keep your mind engaged. Social interactions stimulate your brain in ways that nothing else can. And let's be honest, laughing, sharing stories, and feeling connected just makes life more joyful. So, while cognitive decline might be a little trickier to understand, there's a lot you can do to protect your brain. Stay curious. Stay active. Stay connected. Every crossword puzzle, walk in the park, Mediterranean meal, and coffee chat is like an investment in your mental future. And let's face it, a sharp mind is priceless. Your brain works hard for you every day. Why not give it the love and care it deserves? Last but certainly not least, let's talk about cancer. Just hearing the word can make anyone pause. It's a big, scary term that covers so many illnesses, each with its own set of challenges. But here's the good news. While not all cancers are preventable, a surprising number of them are. The World Cancer Research Fund estimates that about 40% of cancers could be avoided through lifestyle changes. That means nearly half of these cases don't have to happen if we make smarter choices. And honestly, when you think about it, those choices are not all that complicated. They're the kinds of things we already know we should be doing, like eating better, moving more, and taking care of our skin. Let's start with diet, because, let's face it, food is something we all enjoy. What you put on your plate can either help protect you or increase your risk. A diet rich in plant-based foods, think colorful fruits, crunchy vegetables, hearty whole grains, and plant proteins like beans and lentils, can do wonders for reducing your cancer risk. Take colorectal cancer, for example. Research published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute shows that a high-fiber diet can lower the risk by as much as 20%. Imagine that. Just by adding more fiber to your meals, you're giving your body a significant boost in its fight against one of the most common types of cancer. Swapping out white bread for whole grain options or choosing a fruit salad instead of a sugary dessert might seem like small steps, but they make a big difference over time. Now, let's add some movement to the equation. Staying active is not just about keeping your waistline in check or improving your mood, though those are great bonuses. Regular physical activity also lowers your cancer risk. Exercise helps regulate hormones like insulin and estrogen, which, when out of balance, can contribute to the development of some cancers. And here's the thing. You don't have to be an athlete to reap the benefits. A brisk 30-minute walk around your neighborhood, a quick yoga session in the morning, or even dancing in your living room can make a world of difference. It's all about keeping your body in motion. We can't talk about cancer without mentioning skin cancer. This is one area where prevention is truly in your hands. Wearing sunscreen every single day, even on cloudy ones, is your best defense. Choose a broad-spectrum sunscreen with at least SPF 30 and make it part of your routine, like brushing your teeth. Avoid tanning beds like the plague. Trust me, that summer glow is not worth the long-term damage. And don't forget to check your skin regularly for changes. New moles, unusual spots, or anything that just doesn't look right should be checked out by a dermatologist. Catching these changes early can save your life. Speaking of early detection, let's not overlook the importance of regular screenings. Tests like mammograms, colonoscopies, and pap smears are not just routine checkups. They are powerful tools that catch problems before they become major issues. Think of them as your safety net. Early detection means early treatment, and early treatment often means better outcomes. It's as simple as that. Cancer might be a formidable opponent, but you are not powerless. By maintaining a healthy weight, staying active, eating a balanced diet, and staying vigilant with your skin and screenings, you're doing everything in your power to protect yourself. It's about making small, consistent choices every day that add up to a lifetime of better health. And honestly, isn't that a trade-off worth making? Taking care of yourself now means more time to enjoy life later. So, grab that sunscreen, load your plate with veggies, and take a walk. Your future self will thank you for it. So there you have it. 4 types of illnesses that can make or break how well you age. Heart disease, diabetes, cognitive decline, and cancer. They're big, they're serious, but they're also manageable. The common thread here? Lifestyle choices. Sure, genetics play a role, and there are no guarantees. But taking care of your body and mind stacks the odds in your favor. It's not about living forever. It's about living well for as long as possible. You owe it to yourself to make these changes today. Start small. Swap that sugary snack for a handful of nuts. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Call up a friend and go for a walk. Every little step counts, and your 90-year-old self will be glad you did. Let's raise a toast. Not with sugary drinks, of course, but maybe a green tea. To a long, happy, and healthy life. Cheers!